Hello and welcome to video number 1. Today we're going to go into vision, but before we do that, I want to congratulate you for signing up and coming to see the videos. I mean, they say 80% of success is done by those who just show up. So thank you for showing up. I want to congratulate you for that and commend you for that. Now look, as I mentioned before, all of the training in the world isn't going to help you succeed in the business brokerage business unless you know how to make the telephone ring with quality leads, because you need listings before you can apply your special skills, close deals, and make money, right? So in this 4-part video series, we're going to go over a couple of things. Number 1, we're going to go over vision. We're going to do that today. Day after tomorrow, we're going to go after customer identification, because you have to know who your customer is in order to market to them. The following video, video 3, is going to be on marketing. And then the 4th video is going to be on front-end sales, what to do when the telephone rings, what to send them, a marketing piece to send them in the mail, shock and awe listing presentation, etc. But we have to start with number 1. And number 1 is you have to know where you are. You have to know who your customer is. You have to know where you are before you can figure out who your customer is. You have to know how much money you want to make. Real quick story. When I first got in the business, in the real estate business, actually, my broker told me to start dealing with first-time home buyers. Okay, that sounded good. Lots of first-time home buyers, creative financing opportunities from banks and things like that. But I wanted to make $100,000 a year. Okay, well, you can't possibly make $100,000 a year dealing with $50,000 to $75,000 homes. The math isn't there. It just doesn't work. Okay, I mean, 6% commission on the house. Generally, it's usually someone else's listing. You have to split it with the broker, so you end up with 1.5% of that. If you take a $50,000 house, real quick math, 1.5% of $50,000 is what? $750. You got to do 100 deals in order to make $75,000. Wasn't going to work. Math is virtually impossible. So I invested a ton of money, and I went into a marketing course, okay, by the #1 real estate sales trainer in the world. His name was Craig Proctor. And he had us fill out this blueprint, this 1-hour business blueprint is what he called it. And it completely changed my life. So I've taken that blueprint, customized it, made it for business brokers. And this is going to change your life. Now the video, when we go through with this checklist, is going to take about 8 or 10 minutes or something else like that. Grab a pencil, and if you haven't already done so, stop this video right here. And down below there's a link. Download the worksheet, because we're going to be doing that together today. This is going to change your life. I'm serious. Do it in pencil, because you're going to want to make some changes. You're going to want to digest this information that I share with you today before we get into the video tomorrow. Today's the longest one of them all, because I feel it's vitally important. It's the most important one of all, because you have to know where you are and where you want to go before you can go do the work in order to get there. Thanks a lot. Download the link, and I'll see you on the worksheet. Okay, and this little worksheet that you downloaded, I want to go over it with you and work with you and show you how we fill in the blanks, because this thing will change your life if you work it. I'm not kidding. First thing that we want to do is we're going to enter in here the amount of your average commission that you're going to make. Now, based on the national average national median, sale price of $200,000, and if the average broker charges 10%, you're looking at a $20,000 commission. So I use $20,000 commission for that reason, and also because it's easier. It's a simple number to multiply and subtract and divide. Now, you fill this in about where your market is. You want to know where your market base is and where your average business is in order to fill this number in. If you're dealing in $1 million businesses, this number is going to be $100,000. If you're dealing in $125,000 businesses, this is going to be, $12,500. Now let's go down. What I want to do is show you just how this works. See these numbers on the left-hand side in red? These numbers correlate with how you're going to figure out the math problems here. Little cheat sheets. Okay, I'll show you real quick on this one here that I have highlighted. Okay, we'll get to that right now. You want to make $100,000 a year. Fill in the number you want. You want to make 1, you want to make 2, you want to make 50, whatever it is. Fill in the number here. You want to work how many days a week? For this example, I put 5. You're going to work 6 hours a day, because if you're in there 8 hours, you're going to waste at least 2. You want to work 40 weeks a year. Why do I pick 40 weeks a year? Well, it's simple. I just figured 40 effective weeks a year, because that's all there is, really. You have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, so November and December are shot. You have year-end for businesses. You have people you're competing against. Thanksgiving, you're competing against Santa Claus, which doesn't work. And, of course, you have the month of August. Nobody works in the month of August. So you really have 40 effective weeks a year, which goes hand in hand with, I'll tell you, I'll get more into this in video 3, but there's only 36 days a year to do a direct mail piece. So if you're doing direct mail, there's only 36 days a year to drop a piece of mail. Yeah, you can drop a piece of mail in an envelope in the mailbox any day of the week you want, but there's only 36 days a year that actually make a difference. I'm not kidding. I'll get into that later. Now, you're going to work 25% of your time working on your business. What does that mean? Working on your business means you're going to be doing policies and procedures. You're going to be doing whatever you can to delegate some of your operations. You'll be working on your website. You'll be doing some email marketing or whatnot. You're going to spend 25% of your time there. You're going to spend 75% of your time actually working in the business. Working in the business means you're going to be meeting with clients, with buyers or sellers. You're going to be doing listing presentations. You're going to be showing businesses. You maybe be doing some public speaking. You're going to be doing things like that to promote the business and to make sales. So therefore, in all actuality, if you're going to be working 25% of your time on the business and 75% in the business, you're going to be working 22.5 hours a week. Now, this is how we come up with these numbers, okay? Line number 2, which is 5 days a week. Line number 3, which is 6 hours a day, and then line number 6, which is 75% of the time. So you have 5 days a week, 6 hours a day, times 0.75 gives you 22.5 hours a week you're going to be working in the business. You're going to have boots on. If you're a carpenter, you would have your tool belt on, so to speak. This is going to earn you, if you want to make $100,000 a year divided by 12 months, $8,333 a month. It's going to be $2,500 a week. Why? Because you're only working for 40 weeks. And it's going to earn you $500 a day because it's $2,500 a week divided by 5 days a week gives you $500. And again, now we're into, 9 divided by 7, you get $2,500 a week. We're divided by 22.5 hours a week equals $111 an hour. Not bad, right? Now, how are you going to get it? This is where it comes in. Take your time and fill these in. I'm not going to go over each one of these because the numbers are going to be different for you, and to be honest, this video will be too long. But I'll do this one real quick, part of it. You're going to earn an average of $15,000 commission. How do you figure $15,000? I'm assuming you're on a 75-25 split with your broker. It depends, so you fill in whatever you want here. This example, I'm using 75-25 split. So if you have a $20,000 commission, you're going to get 75% of it. It's $15,000. Okay. Therefore, okay, you're going to close. You have to close 6.67 transactions a year. Now it's up to you. You want to round it up, round it down. I would round it up to 7. And the transaction breakdowns are 80% of them are going to be, sales are going to be from your own listings, and 20% of the sales are going to be from buyers that you have acquired through working in your business one way or the other. But therefore, if you're going to make $100,000 a year, you need to sell 5.3 of your listings, and you have to sell 1.3 of other people's listings, co-brokering. So fill in the blanks and work your way right through. You get a good idea now how this is. Now, these numbers are for you. I didn't do this for you. I gave you the blanks to fill in. When I did this, when I first got into real estate, my real estate coach gave me a form very similar to this. So when I did this, it changed my life. Do it. You owe it to yourself. Last thing, once you get done, I want you to do this. Matter of fact, do this now. Because jump ahead and do this, because this is really, really important. This is what's going to change your life and really give a lot of credence and value into the videos that I'm going to be sharing with you in the next couple of days here. How much did you make over the last 12 months? The average broker makes about $40,000 a year. Actually, it's a little bit less than that. And the average broker wants to make $100,000 a year. Ask anybody and they say, how much money do you want to make? I'd like to make $100,000 a year. So you take these two numbers. You made 40 in the last 12 months. You want to make 100 in the next year. You come up with a negative number, which in this case here is $60,000. You're losing $60,000. You'd like to make $60,000 more than you're making right now. Write that number down because it's really, really important. I'm going to be giving you some tools and some tricks here over the next couple of videos that you can take and you can use, and you can begin to offset the $60,000 number and make it a lot less. And in the end, I'm going to give you an opportunity where if you take advantage of it, you'll be making the $60,000 and possibly more. All depends on you. That's it for this worksheet. Fill this in, please. I encourage you to use a pencil because you're going to undoubtedly come back and make some changes. Light bulbs are going to go off when you're doing this, and over the next couple of videos, you're going to refer back to this. Do this stuff. Do this one now. I'll be sending you another video in 2 days because I want you to do this, and I want you to own it. I want you to acknowledge it. I want you to make it yours because it's going to be really, really important over the next couple of videos. Thanks, and I'll see you in a little bit.